Good evening and welcome to Crafters TV. So fantastic to have you here with us. Now, tonight we're going to be doing our brilliant creative craving show, and as you can see from the side of me, it's all about storage. Now, storage is really important. Storage is key to keeping longevity of your product, being able to find your product, being able to craft quickly and in an organised manner so that you can actually spend more time creating your projects and looking for your things. How many of you out there have spent longer trying to find a specific ink or specific ink pad or a tool you need than it actually takes to make the whole project? Yeah, I have to put my hand up to that one. That certainly happened to me. Now, I know somebody else and I want to know all about her storage exploits, because I'm wondering, are you a tidy crafter, Mrs. Debbie?
Good evening. Yes, I am. Now, Corrine.
Yes.
I've always been of the messy crafter variety. So this show for me would be literally, if I was watching it, it'd be right up my street, because it is all about that organisation. In terms of getting things organised, like Corrine said, it just means it's so much easier when you've got stored things, and stored things in nice things as well, and handy, useful storage. So that's what this show is all about, and we're going to take you through each one of those so you can see what possibly might work for you in terms of storing things. Whether it be ink pads, whether it be pens, whether it be a craft kit, whatever it is that you need. I think we've got you covered tonight for absolutely everything.
We certainly have. And we're not going to limit it to craft at all. We're going to talk about how you can use these items in your craft room for your craft storage, but what else might you want to use them for? Am I remembering rightly, Debbie, that you had a revamp of your craft room this year? Was it this year you did it? I remember the pictures. Was it last year?
Yeah, so last year.
Wow.
I took a couple of weeks off work. I went from end of July into beginning of August. Supposed to be going on holiday. Turns out 10 days later, I was still at home, getting it all organised. But do you know what? It was so cathartic, it was so therapeutic, and so... honestly, it just changed the way, and it's made it a joy to craft again, because I'm not looking around for things. I know where everything is, and that's what this is, what we're trying to get across into today.
I think so. I think it definitely is. So just before we go into the first one, let's see who's with us. So we've got Fred171. Hello again. You were here earlier. Greetings from California. Jessica Stricker says, hello everyone. We woke up to 4 inches of unexpected snow here in South Illinois. Keep your snow. Keep it there, please. Please don't send it over. We've got Alania says, hi everyone from East London. Hello. And we've got Bob and Squeak. Hi, Corrine, Debbie and the team from a chilly Fareham on the south coast of the UK. Yeah, it's not overly warm. Oh, we have our lovely Lily watching us as well. Good evening, our lovely Corrine and Debbie, and to all our CC family too. I'm watching along in my very full and untidy craft room. So this show is exactly what I need to sort my craft storage. I have talked about Lily and her crafty habit, and she's got a lot of craft stuff. So storage might be key. Might be key, yes. Cindy says, hi all from a very chilly, cloudy lake of Ozarks in Missouri. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. Right, so Tim C, we might not answer this straight away. This might come out during the show. Tim C, so we'll keep this in our heads. Question, what's best storage of the colour blend wax pencils if you don't want to keep in the tins? Not sure why you wouldn't want to keep them in the tins. There's part of me says that protects them. We'll go through, and as we go through, we'll work out.
We will.
I'm thinking of some solutions. We'll go through that as we go. There we go. And Melania says, I love my crafter's tote and desk tote. Brilliant. Heart to Home Creation says, hi from Wiltshire in the UK. That's Trish. So hi to you. Now, the first one we're going to look at is... oh, let me turn it round that way. There we go. This is the amazing desktop tote from Crafter's Companion. And our Debbie is going to show you how you can use it.
I am indeed, because this is all about keeping everything organised in terms of things that you would want on your crafting desk. When you want to craft, you don't want things lying around in all different places. So this is that perfect solution for all your craft on your desktop kind of solution. So you can see we've got pockets everywhere. I'm just going to take that out just for a second because I want to show you. Not only, this is my own personal one that I have literally jam-packed full with everything that I need to craft when I'm on the go, when I'm at home, when I'm in my craft room, and when I take this out and about with me as well, when I want to craft in groups and when I go around all over the country with this as well. So literally what you've got in here, not only have you got this great big space, we'll talk about the gorgeous design for one, the beautiful floral colour. This is your desktop tote with your floral colour, that gorgeous green and purple colour. Very strong and sturdy, so it might be only a little mini sized version of a tote, but it's strong, it's sturdy. You've got all these reinforced edging that makes this strong and sturdy, and mine, this is now approaching like 4 years old, this one. So again, a real strong sturdy one that has got pockets galore, and I'm going to start round at this end so you can see where you've got your deep, and they are quite deep and bulky pockets to be able to store things like your tape pens if you want. I know now that they are handy places to go. Turning it around to the front, you'll see that we've got another 3 pockets. You've got 2 open ones where you can literally pop all your crafty items, a little I call it the secret pocket, that one. We're going to pop all our tapes in there. And then again, when you take a look around the other side, you've got all these 2 pockets to be able to put whatever it is that you want to store in there. I've got brushes, tape pens, brushes, ball tools in there, glue pens, all sorts of different things, sparkle inks and things like that in there. But then you've got the main compartment, which actually crams quite a lot in, as you can see. So it is a very useful desktop tote where you've got on your crafting needs all in one desktop tote there ready for you to get crafting with. It is a really great tote, super strong, and it might be small, but it packs a heck of a lot into there for you.
Now, that is absolutely amazing. And I can't believe you've had that tote 4 years, Debbie. It still looks absolutely brand spanking new. And that's the material that all of our totes are made from. They don't wear, they don't seem to get mucky, they don't pick up the dirt. Anything, if you do splash, just wipes off really, really easily. So let's see who else is here. Oops, wobbly. So we've got Tammy Murray says, it's 76 degrees today here in New Hampshire. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Tammy. We needed to know that. No, we did, really. Cindy Shannon on YouTube says, I use the flowered hanging storage case for toiletries. We will come to that in a bit, Cindy. Erica on YouTube says, I totally need the tote to go because I move from one room to the next, looking for a quiet spot at home with several children and adults around. I know the feeling. I have my craft room upstairs, and it's just out of the main thoroughfare, so it's really lovely because I get left alone. And Kate McQueen says, I have my Gemini Mini in my desktop tote at the side of my bed. Perfect, you can craft as you wake up or craft in bed. Now, the next one we're going to look at, and I don't have one just here, but Debbie's got one, is our portable tote. So they are all slightly different, but Debbie's going to tell you why you might want the portable tote.
So this is our portable tote, and the reason it's portable, you've got your lovely handle at the top, you've got lots of storage solutions in terms of pockets and things like that, but yet again, we've got this lovely floral design, and it's going to meet all your needs for crafting on the go. So in terms of space, let me just take some of these things out, things that you may want to travel around with when you're out and about, but I'll just take out so you can see that you've got this beautiful pocket inside. Now, I say this pocket, you've got more than multiples. You've got this great big pocket here, and if I just take this out, you can see you've got some clear pockets in the back as well. So you've got loads of storage solutions yet again for all your crafting needs, and I've got all my sprays in there. Let's pop all of those back in. I've still actually got a little bit more room for other things as well. We've got 3 handy sized pockets at the front. Again, you've got quite a nice deep pocket, all washable, waterproof as well, so you can pop all your crafting needs in there, and you can give it a nice little wipe down should you get any spillages on there. If we turn this around to the other side, this one's slightly different in terms of, and if I just bring that forward so you can see, you have what we call a divider pocket inside, and again, to cover all your storage needs, you've got loads and loads of space for ink pads, and there's a lot, we've got a lot crammed in here. You've got your tape pens in, but on the back we've got all of these. Now they can be used in a multiple of ways, so I've popped some sparkle pens down this side, and then I've got scissors in the other side, but again, really large place to be able to put on all these pockets, to be able to put all of your things in that you need to be able to get crafting on the go. And it has got that lovely handle, again sturdy, reinforced side stitching in there to make it really strong and sturdy, and to literally cover everything that you need when it comes to the terms of storing all your crafty goodies.
Absolutely perfect, and that handle makes it so easy to carry around. It's really gentle in your hand. Now, so far we've been showing you how you store your crafty goodies in it. I want to know what you store in your Crafter's Companion storage solutions that isn't true crafting or true paper craft. Do you keep sewing materials in there? Do you keep your knitting in there? Have you got one for your baby bits or your hairdressers or your beauty bits? Please tell us. Has your husband pilfered it for something in the garage or the shed or his cave? What have you using yours for? It'd be lovely to hear from you. Now, who else have we got? We've got Catherine says, I've got a couple of these, but mainly use them to take things to use on the go. This will be great to see the ways I can use them properly at home as well. Yeah, that's what we're hoping to show you, lots of different ways. Anne Myers says, hello from Texas. Right, now, while you begin to tell me what else you've got in your storage, we're going to start to have a look at the Deluxe tote. Now, this is the largest of our tote bags. Absolutely amazing amount can be stored in here. And I know a lady that's got hers absolutely jam-packed full.
Now this is the large Deluxe tote, and again in that floral pattern, and again everything that you would normally come to expect, super reinforced sides but pockets galore. And I say pockets galore, this one really is absolutely my go-to bag that I take everywhere with me. I'm going to just tip that forward. You've got 4 sections in there, but the beauty about this one is that you can actually take out those inner sides and have it as a big open tote for you to be able to place a machine in there, like your Geminis will fit inside if you want to take them and store them around with you. I personally use this one for all of my crafting needs in terms of, I've got embossing folders, we've got foam pads, we've got our, lots of different crafting solutions, and this is just in the 2 pockets at the front. You then have 2 pockets in the back in the inside, so I've got my paper trimmer in there. I'm going to show you the features though. I'll just lift up the handle. At the very front you've got this great big bag. This is perfect for all your pencils, your pens, maybe paint brushes, maybe it might be your glue sticks that you want to put in there with your glue gun, but a really great zipped pocket that you can actually shut and store things into. If I turn it round to the side again, you've got these 2 front deep, and they really are quite deep pockets again, which enable you to store lots of things. I've just got like a little crocodile in there. We've got glue sticks in. And again, if I turn this round to the front, you've got your 3 pockets in the front, plus there is an extra one. If I just turn to go inside, you've got this other one that goes right down to the bottom base of the bag. And again, lots of storage space for all your crafting needs. And then lastly, turning that round, you've got another 2 deep pockets to be able to pop whatever it is that you want to store to keep nice and handy. 2 super strong, and these really are strong reinforced handles. It holds a lot of weight, but again you've still got portability with this. This is absolutely an amazing bag full of potential to store a lot of your crafty goodies, and this is our large portable tote.
It really does hold a lot. I'm just going to give you I'm not going to talk around mine, but I'm just going to show you. I think I gave a sneak peek of this last week. Here is mine, and when I carry it, people are always, wow. But even when you've got it full, you can still get your hand in there. So are you going to use it for your craft? Are you going to use it round the home? Now, have you got any more of these storage at home that you use outside of your craft, Debbie? I mean, have you got what? Do you use them for like keeping all your hair accessories together? Or?
For the large deluxe one?
Yeah.
No. So I use it for storing my machines. Do you know when I want to take my machines out? So, you know, we go on the road a lot and we travel around and we take machines with us. I actually take the inside pockets out. So it has got portable pockets that you can take out so you can store your machine in there if you want to be able to carry that around, and then put plates in there, and then lots of other tools like scissors and things like that that I need to have ready to hand. So that's how I use mine. But there are lots of potentials because that bag is the biggest in the terms of the totes in what you can pop in there and use for. I mean, it can be used for anything. So do you know what I'd be interested to know, Corrine, is what you guys use your totes for. So your large tote, what do you take around with yours? Do you take your pockets out and carry, like have one great big inside pocket, or do you use it with the sections, with the dividers in, and do you pop things inside? What is it that you store? Because I'd love to know. I'm always curious. Always curious. So let us know.
I keep my dividers in so that I can keep everything segmented, and I find that the easiest way, because I actually reach out for mine because it's on a trolley at the side of my desk, and without even thinking I know that that bit is where my rolls of red liner tape are, and you know the rest. And I find that one really useful, having a zip pocket in, because if you are on the go, your phone can go in there, your car keys can go in there, your purse, if you still carry a purse around. Most of us do it all off our phone now, don't we? So it's entirely up to you. So yeah, absolutely perfect. So Alice says, I use it for my meds on the go when we travel. Perfect. Yes, absolutely. Fred171, I have the one with the handles with all my toiletries, hair essentials and makeup ready to grab and go. I live in earthquake country. Never thought of that. That's really, really useful to know. Joanne says, I use this tote to hold packs of pictures when I go to crops, and it holds a ton of pictures, and I can use the pockets to sort the pictures by events.
I love this.
So maybe your Christmas ones, your holiday vacation ones. Sylv Sparkly says, I think I have all these bags. They're all full. Yeah. At least you know where everything is, Sylv. At least you know where everything is so that you can find them. Terry Wade on YouTube says, howdy from Del Rio, Texas. Corrine, thank you. Said, lovely host. And Debbie, you are so amazing. I love everyone at Crafters TV. This storage is so well made and high quality. Now that's something that I really want to go back to really quickly, because I was really surprised when you said you'd got yours for 4 years. Don't you think it wears really, really
Absolutely
well?
It does,
It doesn't seem to pick up dirt, doesn't get dirty. Obviously if your pens leak, then it's going to show those, but it wipes down, and it doesn't, nothing frays, it doesn't fade. Even if you've got it on your desk near a window, it'll still stay lovely, you know, crisp and colour. And how perfect is it when everything matches?
Yes.
Because we're going to show you something else that matches as well. And this now is the Crafters Floral bag. So this is the one that Debbie is going to show you next. An amazing storage bag.
It is indeed. Sorry, I was...
Were you a bit mesmerised?
Sorry, Corrine, I was. Yes, you'll have to excuse me. I thought you were going to open it up and show the empty one, that's why. But I will start with, I mean, this is a brilliant bag. So what we're talking here is, again, another portable bag, Corrine, that's got reinforced handles. You've got that same floral design that matches with other items like the totes. But what this is, and it does offer you a lot of storage space. So what I'm going to do with this one is, I'll start with the front pocket, because you've got in here a nice big pocket that is a real deep pocket that can literally pop loads of different things. So you could store things like embossing folders or dies that you want to travel with on the go. And it is a really nice big pocket. Again, white clean material, so you can wipe out any spillages or anything like that, should you happen to have some. But the magic is when you open up on the inside. So I'm just going to take that and then just drop this down. So what you'll see straight away is this bag, and it's one of those bags that you can detach off from your tote. And I say tote, the bag has got a lovely pocket here again, so you just open that up. Again, white clean material on the inside, but this is where you can be storing things, and maybe you don't want to carry it all but just want to detach it. You've got that option to do so, and then that will go and zip back up to the top. However, I'm just going to show you now all of the beauty of this. So when I open this up, you can see now that you've got two great big pockets that have got the transparency so you can see through, but then you have this one at the top, and right at the very top, If you just see it up there, right at the very top, you've got this hanging handle so that you can hang that onto the back of doors, or maybe you want to hang it on the back of a hook, something that would hold with all your crafty storage. So in terms of when you're travelling around, or this could be something that you store inside your craft room, you've got the portability again to open it all up and see everything in there. So if I just open up again, this one, you can store whatever it is and see to it really, really quickly. The same on the inside, but these are really deep, deep pockets. And I say pockets, it's actually like an area where, and I mean, I've got a couple of 8x8 paper pads in there, but all this space still, being able to put all your anything that you want really to do in terms of craft. We've got tape pens in here as well. And then again, at the very bottom, if we just lift that up, again, exactly the same. These zip pockets that have got deep, deep pockets to be able to put a lot of things into there. And then you're just going to zip that back up and then attach at the other end as well. So if I just unhook that hook, you're going to pop your other piece back on. Now you can either keep that and attach it back on, or just fold that up and then again zip, and the zip goes all the way around. Lovely feature on this bag is it's one of those zips that starts from the bottom. It's got a two-parter as well, so you've got it all the way around so that it opens up fully. And then for portability, it folds up nice and neat, and again ready to be able to carry with you on the go. But I want you to think of this not just as a crafter's bag, but lots of other options that you can do with this in terms of craft. Maybe your makeup bag, a toiletry bag. So there's a lot of things that you can actually use this for. But this is our lovely floral bag, which again, lots of different ideas that you can put in with your storage.
I think you're absolutely right. I've got mine here, and again, I've got lots and lots of things in the front pockets. I've got tapes and all the, you know, my red liner tapes in there. There's my new ones that I haven't yet moved to my tote bag that I'm using. And then I've also got in here, if I get this the right way round, I always open it the right way wrong. And then we've got all of my storage in here. As I said before, this is my embellishments. I've got decoupage elements, sequins, gems, and I've got pens down here. Now this, going back to the question earlier, how could I store my pencils? I think this one would be a really, really good one for storing your pencils in, because you're going to be able to see them. So you could have all your pencils in one and you could have some pens in another. That would work really, really well. But I'm also thinking this would be a really good bag for children's things. I see all these people packing all these bags up to go into hospital to have babies, and they're all in little plastic bags so everything keeps dry and clean. Well, you could have them all in sections in here, couldn't you? You know, as we were talking, makeup, toiletries, so many ways to use them. But I've had some more ideas come in. Now, this one. There we go. Bubble and Squeak says, my husband has a Cheetah hanging bag. We're going to look at that one in a minute. For bits and pieces he needs next to his chair, including his meds, meters, ear thermometer, stationery, mobile phone and tablet, but most importantly, Minty's cat treats. That's quite good. Can zip it up. Otherwise, I'd imagine Minty might help herself to those treats. Laurie Wentz says, oh, that's the bag I use for makeup. I think, yeah, really, really good. And I love that it's wipe clean inside, don't you, Debbie? So you find that even with your crafting, yep, that you can wipe it over so you're not, you know, it's going to keep that longevity. It's going to stay nice.
And that's the lovely thing about it. Not only has it got that transparency feature, you've also got the wipe clean material in terms of the inside as well as the outside. So it does mean that you can keep it nice and clean. And then, of course, use it for whatever purposes you want, whether it be craft, whether it be household, whether it be makeup, whether it be, look, people with the manicure sets and things like that. People store things in the medicine ones. I know our Craig uses that for that. Oh, I had a lovely little idea then from one of, did you hear the little word come up then? A camera bag for all the cameras and all the... Do you still do rolls of film now? I'm not even sure if you do.
Would it be lenses?
Is it lenses?
And
what else?
memory cards?
Batteries? Would it be batteries?
Yeah.
Your battery packs, battery chargers. Cables, because you put with cables. There's a lot of ways that you can use these bags. They are really fabulous. And again, just a really strong, sturdy bag that's got massive potential in terms of storage and what you need to do with it or how you need to store it and get things organised.
So Beth says, best toiletry bag ever. Kathy Carson Cray says, I use that bag for weekend trips. I can carry all the toiletries. Perfect. It's all sealed up, isn't it? Terry Anderson, I love this bag. I think I will get one for my daughter. It holds so much, and she's a bag junkie like me. There you go. If you're going to have something, then you want it to look nice as well, which hits tick on both of these. Joanne says, love this one. Just took it on a cruise to hang in the bathroom with all our goodies in, and that saves so much space. Yeah, because we all use these packing cubes. Well, this is effectively a perfect packing cube, isn't it? Yeah. That will stay, yeah. Anne Fleming Myers says, this bag would be great for extra stuff, gloves and hat for winter in the car. I never thought of that, because we don't tend to do that so much in the UK, because our weather isn't as extreme. But if you might need extra bits in the car, little bit of food in case you get stuck, and some water, and like you say, hats and gloves, maybe hand warmers, all tucked in, that would be brilliant. Tara says, I would use the zippered bag as my travel overnight bag. Brilliant. And Sharon says, I purchased several of these to give my non-crafty friends for Christmas. Yeah.
Great idea.
We don't need to pigeonhole them just into craft. Now, you saw the floral bag, but not only it comes in multiple different ways, I've now got the Cheetah. So this is the same, but obviously different, because it's got a different design. So maybe this is going to be perfect for your teenagers. We've still got that lovely big pocket on the front. There we go. I'm getting caught. It's a lovely big pocket. Again, what you're going to keep in there, because you've got the handles on here. It's so stylish, isn't it? And then you've got your double zip, your zip with the two handles, that's going to go all the way around, down to the bottom, so that it can hang. And you can find plenty of space. I do love this design, but having that clear see-through element just means that everything can be kept, clean and visible. But it's also quite nice to have one that's not clear, because whether you're using it for toiletries, whether you're using it for craft, there's always some little bits that aren't as pretty as others, and that's nice that you can sort of hide them away in there. And then again, it always folds up really ergonomically, just in, it back into the storage bag. So I think Debbie's got a different use now for the Cheetah storage bag.
Yes, so you can use these bags in a multiple of different ways. So I've shown you an option of how you can use it in terms of your crafting, but what about all the different ways that you use it? So I'm going to show you how I use my Cheetah one. Of course, this print is absolutely beautiful, this gorgeous purple and pink Cheetah design, but the same compactability, but so much ways that you can use this. So again, that first zip pocket, still white clean material. Oops, there you can see what I've got in mine. This has got all my little drinks that I take out and about with me, so I'm using this perhaps maybe for a travel bag. So that's the first pocket there, but again, you've got at the very top these super strong handles with reinforced materials that are stitched well into the design, and so it makes that a really, where you can hold down quite a lot of weight inside there. But again, the two zip pockets that go all the way around to make sure that this opens up fully. And when you open up this fully, I use this one as a toiletry bag. So this is my travel compartments, all of my essentials like toothbrushes and toothpastes, and lots of gels in there, all of your materials that you need for, I've got my hair products in here, because it is a lovely portable and it goes around with me absolutely everywhere. I've got all my makeup in this detachable pocket at the bottom, and again, the same with the others. If I just open this up, you've got the detachable part, and if I just unhook that, where I can store all of my makeup. And when I want to take that around with me, I just take that out, pop that back in, and then I can fold that back up, leave that where I need it to, and then take this little wallet out with me as well. So it's a great bag. It's compact, it's super strong, sturdy, gorgeous design, but lots of different ways that you can use this as well.
I know, and I love, with all of these bags, the workmanship in them is second to none. So as Debbie said, you've got that double stitching, you have the reinforced edges, you know that it's not going to come to any damage just because you put quite a bit of weight into them, because we all know if you can put another thing in, we always put an extra little bit into our bags, don't we? I mean, don't you? You just cram your bags, Debbie,
Absolutely.
as full as you can. If you can get another little bit in, then another little bit's going to go in,
I
isn't
really
it?
do. And because of that deep pocket, you can get quite a lot in there.
Yeah.
So in terms of the toiletry one that I use with toiletries, I literally rammed that through. I actually took some out earlier because I didn't want to show absolutely everything. But you can, there's such a lot of space in there. And again, it's that visible thing where you can see everything. So I don't have to, stumble around for everything.
Yeah.
I know where everything is. I know they're deep, big pockets, so I can get quite a lot in there. But in terms of like the bag itself, that's why I have one for toiletries and one for my crafting things. You've got those different options. And the lovely thing about with the hanging handle is that you can actually literally hang it anywhere. And that's what I do. I hang it. I don't know about yourself, Corrine, but when I'm out and about, when I'm out travelling, it gets hung up on the back. Do you know those little hooks that you can have? I pop it onto there and then I can see everything.
Exactly.
Absolutely, see everything. I don't need to have it distributed around anywhere. And it makes it nice and quick. Do you know when you want, because obviously you'll know yourself, we travel around a lot.
Yep.
And I don't always want to take everything out, pull it on the side and then put it back in.
Exactly.
This is a bag that I can keep it all together and just take out when I need to use it. So that's what I love about that bag. I use one for craft. I also use one for my toiletries. And that's how I use my portable bag.
And I think that applies whether you're using it for travel or whether you're using it in the craft room. If you can see what you want and you only have to take out what you want and you've got a place to put it back, when you come to clear up, whether it's clear up in your craft room at the end of the night or clear up the next morning in your hotel room, because sometimes we're leaving our hotel rooms at 5 o'clock in the morning, aren't we, Debbie?
Yep.
You don't want to be spending 45 minutes packing up everything that you got out of your suitcase the night before. The fact that it's just a quick hook off the door and ready to go. Perfect. I think that Cheetah one would be lovely in a young teenager's room with all her hair bubbles, all her slides and, headbands, all of those, that sort of thing. Be really, really handy. So we've had some more ideas. We've had Evelyn says, we took this bag with us to Germany and kept our water bottles in it. Oh, Patty says, good morning. So does Jill B in Arizona. We've got Peggy Sue says, good afternoon from South Minnesota. I really like the new weekend. I think she means a new schedule. Thank you. We like it too. It's lovely. We've got the time to bounce back between myself and Debbie or whoever's here. It's Debbie Fisher in this spot tomorrow, and really show you what we can deep dive into the products that you're loving. And Anne from the Twin Cities says, this bag is much better than any designer bag I've seen. And that is key too, isn't it? I think Crafter's Companion is we try to make our storage attractive. So it's storage that you don't want to hide away, storage that you're happy to have on display and let people see, so that you can, it's there, it's handy and it's readily accessible. We've got 4 Holidays Design says, good afternoon from sunny Florida. And V on YouTube says, this would be good to put gilding flakes and glitters in, or ink pads. Yeah, if you want to, absolutely. You use whichever you want, whether it's going to be your desktop tote where everything's stacked, or whether it's going to be your hanging bags. It's entirely up to you. Right, now we're going to have a look at something a little bit different. Now what we're going to look at is our stack and stash storage box. I was just making sure I got the right way around. This is your stack and storage box. Now, this is for your crafting, but it's for so much more. I'm going to let Debbie show you how you can use these stack and storage boxes, and then I'm going to show you some examples of things outside of your craft room that you can use them for too.
So this is our stack and stash box, which again is just where you can literally make your own compartments because of that portability. So if I just take out, mine's nice and neat at the moment, and I'm just going to show you so you can see everything's got its own compartment and its own space. The beautiful thing about this box is that you've got little pieces that you can take out and customize to the size that you need it to be. So you've got these compartments, you've got your 2 pieces here where you'll put those long runners in, but then you can decide on the space that you need, whether you want a nice big space to put in. Perhaps we want to pop into there maybe a roll of tape, Or maybe you want to have a little bit more space, so we've got, and pop the glue, so I'll just move that back, pop a couple of glues into there, and then just, again, you decide the space that you need to put in. So all of these pieces are they literally just come out, so you just take them out, and then again, if I just remove that one, lay those two into there, like that, and then again, it all clips on, and we've got your two handles that just literally clip, clip, and then you've got all this space, all literally how you want to pop, or whatever it is that you've got in terms of craft. We've got pastes in there and things like that. But again, the lovely thing about this is that you can then stack up multiples, because you've got the area to be able to pop in and stack and store all of your, and whether it be in craft or whether it be in household and all those kind of things, because I don't necessarily want you to think of this as a craft storage. Perhaps you want to store things like cables into there. Again, you've got the accessibility to change this up, to customise it to how you want to do it. It could be things like your kids' toys, it could be things like your pens or your glues or your sprays, but you have the ability to actually pop them all in, get them all nice and neat, and then again, when you are moving these around, you literally, it doesn't go anywhere. Give that little shake, nothing's going anywhere. It keeps them all nice in their place. And again, for a storage solution, this one is our stack and stash, where you can literally store all of your crafting needs or household needs for yourself.
I think the thing about these that I love, and Debbie just showed you that at the end there, is the fact that these dividers, as you can see here, come right to the top. They're not recessed down. And as Debbie showed you, if you've got cables or you've got small items, maybe you've got beads in yours, if you tip it like that, then everything will stay within the compartment, because those compartments, when I put the lid on, come right up. I don't know how to show you, whether you can see. If I do that, they're not moving. Those compartments aren't moving. They'd be moving up and down when I turn that. So that means that nothing can go over the edge. Nothing can jump from compartment to compartment. And I think that's really key, because you might have yours, I don't know if you can see here, storing your fishing tackle in. So you've got tiny little hooks in there. You've got your flies in there for your fly fishing maybe. You know, you've got weights in there and shot in there. You know, all those little things that are going to jump from compartment to compartment if it didn't come to the top. We've also got game pieces. So I'm not very good at all these sorts of games, but yes, you might have all your little different game pieces in there. You might have it as a first aid box. Now, I have first aid boxes that overflow, and then when you need something really quickly, the whole box comes out and the whole lot just gets tipped out on the worktop. Whereas not if you've got something as organised as this. We've got Lego in here. How many parents of Lego fans have spent hours and hours and hours sorting Lego back into the parts, whether that's kits, colours, sizes, whichever. Sewing kits. We don't want our needles getting muddled up with our threads, getting muddled up with our bobbins. We want to keep our buttons separate, our sequins separate. You can do that with this. And again, with our stationery, maybe this is how our original viewer said they might want to store their pencils. So you can store your pencils in here, have a couple of compartments to the right size for the pencils, use the divider to keep them snug, and then use the smaller compartments that are left on each row for your rubbers, for your liquids, whichever you want to do, your sparkle pens, your spritz bottles, whichever. So we've also got some more ideas. We've got fabrics, we've got DIY items, Christmas decorations. Now, how many of you are thinking about getting your decorations down from the loft and you're just dreading it because you know that really you put everything away a little bit too quickly last time and you're going to have to sort it out before you get them out? Well, no more. You can sort them all out. Colour, size, type of decoration, it's entirely up to you. Batteries and bulbs. Now I've got two boxes actually for batteries and bulbs, and you have to get everything out to find what you want. Whereas with these, you're going to be able to see them. Cables, and obviously, as we've been talking about it, your craft items. But there is so much adaptability with these boxes, and that is absolutely key to me. And this is where the stack and stash comes in. So have you got some of these at home, and what are you keeping in yours? So we have some more messages. Oh, perfect for keeping shaker sequins and all the small bits. I've got to stop needing all these storage items, says Anne. No, you don't. You just need them. Gwenda says, I've stored light bulbs in my stack and store boxes. Perfect. You're not going to be able to forget it, Debbie. Sylv Sparky says, Debbie, don't forget storing children.
I thought that might have just been swept under the carpet by now. I thought that would have been forgotten long ago, because that was at 11 o'clock this morning. I
When
thought
Debbie said,
of the slight slip of the tongue, where I thought I was going to store the children. And I forgot to say the children's things, or the children's toys, or the children, whatever it is, and stopped at children.
Yeah. We all do, because your mind goes on to the next thing, don't you?
Exactly.
You're on the next sentence already. Bubble and Squeak says, I have 6 of the storage boxes with the dividers. Brilliant. Terry Anderson says, I have 12 of these and love them. 10 for me and 2 for the kids, Legos and Doll's House parts. That's a really good use. Doll's House, little bits of space. My girls, when they were little, used to have Polly Pockets. Do you remember Polly Pockets? The bits.
The tiny little pieces, and everywhere.
This would have been brilliant. I don't know if they still do Polly Pockets, but there must be something equivalent. You know, all those little bits be absolutely brilliant. Now, this is your stash and store, stash and stack. Get it right. But if you don't want all of the bits in, so this says this is your multi-store. So this one is your multi-store, and it is your stash and stack without the dividers in. Can you see? But look at the capacity. Look at the markings on the base. 5 down the side and 7 across the top. 7. So you can see we're already saying sort of 35 pots in there would fit in one of these. Same handles and everything. But I want Debbie to show you how brilliantly these are for storing your items.
So yes, the multi-store is a 13-inch by 9.5-inch in terms of size. Again, the design of this, it's a super strong, sturdy material that this is made from. And with, again, those clip handles, and if I just show you, it's got that lovely clip. You can hear that sound, a satisfying sound, but it means that it's quality made product. And again, the difference between this one to the stash and stack is that the multi-store means you can absolutely fill this to your heart's content with perhaps possibly things that if you want to go out and about and you want to take a variety of different things like pens, maybe ink pads, some inks, whatever it is that you want to store in there, you've got the full capacity with no compartments to keep that in. And then again, when you pop the lid back on, you've got that sturdy, and you can hear that clipping sound where everything's stored in there neatly and all in a nice order. But again, you can do the same where you bring in multiples, and the multi-store is exactly the same where you can literally fit them on top of each other. The one that I've got in here is like cardstock, so A4 cardstock, it fits in there absolutely perfectly, and you could store all of that. And again, it sits neatly on the top, nothing's moving around, so when I move that around, it's not going anywhere because it's been designed to fit on top of each other. But the difference with this one is it gives you the capacity to fill a complete 13 inches by 9.5 inches in terms of size and space. But as always, with all of these, they stack on top of each other. But this one is your multi-store that doesn't have any of the compartments in. It gives you that space to be able to put whatever it is that you need in terms of craft and possibly other things as well in your household.
Yeah, so everything we looked at earlier, whether your fishing tackle, your cables, your DIY, your bulbs, you know, everything that we were looking at earlier, just with the dividers, you're going to be able to use in your multi-store as well. So it's entirely up to you. But this one, maybe you're going to be able to get even bigger items in there. So we've had some more ideas. We've had, Fred171 says, I put embellishments and small die cuts, bows and buttons ready for batch making of cards. Now that is clever thinking, Fred171. Joanne Duddy says, couple of my boxes stash my stash of tape pens. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. For Holidays Design says, I put all my little packs of sequins and glitters and I need multiple boxes to store it in, and I still buy more. I think she's meaning sequins and glitters. Even though she's still not got enough boxes yet, she's still buying more. But that's the brilliant thing, is even if you store glitters and sequins in here and you get a spillage, everything is contained within the box because it's so well sealed. Beth says, I keep all my flower foam flowers that I have cut but not used, ribbons, sequins, gems, etc. So I suppose that's a bit like being prepared. It could be your box ready to go. Maybe this is your box that you're going to take to your crafty class with you. You can take your papers in there, bits that you've already working on, you know, your project. It could be a project box. You know, they're going to be brilliant for the classroom. They're going to be fantastic for the office. They're really absolutely fantastic. And I love that, you know, things aren't going to get water damaged. They're going to stay nice and dry. They're also going to stay protected too. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Oh, now we've got some more. We have.
Different ideas?
We have. Peggy Sue says, I use this for batteries. I could not find the right size and ended up purchasing more batteries. Now we know where batteries are and what we have.
Oh, I like
Brilliant.
that. Yeah.
Yep, brilliant idea. And V on YouTube says, I absolutely love these storage containers. I put the dividers to the size and they are perfect for storing 8.5 by 11-inch papers. Can use the dividers later. Very sturdy. Love snapping handles. I think Debbie liked the snapping handles.
I do like the snapping handles. That satisfying sound.
When
you snap the handle into place, you know it's safe. You know it's clipped in. It's safe. It's not going to open up. It's not going to break. It's just it's that real satisfying.
And it's not going to come undone.
Exactly. It's not going anywhere. Once you've stored it in there, it's staying there and staying put. And yes, you're right. I think they are award-winning. Well, they are in Simon's head because it was our lovely Simon that had come up with the concept. Usually, you'll find them out there where they're already set. So they're set compartments and you can't move them, you can't customise them to what you need to do. Whereas ours have got the dividers that you decide where you want to put them, what you want to store in. We've already had some great ideas from bulbs to batteries to the flower foaming one. Whoever mentioned that, you've just given me an idea for my flower foaming because that was a cracking idea. And I'm going to do that myself because at the minute I'm just stored in a tote bag. That's all I've got them stored in. That idea that you just brought has literally set a light in my head, and that's how I'm going to use mine.
Well, didn't you say the boxes are 13 by 9.5 inches?
Yes.
And that means your foam's going to fit in it because your foam's bigger than A4. So it's almost as if Crafters Companion future-proof what we do. So, you know, we make the foam bigger, so we give you the bigger boxes. I mean, I've got boxes that claim to be A4. Well, when you put an A4 pad in, they just curl up around the edges. And that's just going to ruin your paper stash. So, you know, it's nice to have them that little bit bigger. So absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
So I think we will just have another quick recap on what the stories that we've looked at today.
The time's flown by.
Pardon?
The time has flown by.
I know, it really has.
I'm shocked.
10 minutes or so left, and that is it. So let's have a quick look at this desktop tote. So absolutely perfect. Reinforced edges to it, lots of pockets. It will come flat packed. Well, I'll just show you mine because Debbie's is totally full. So you have a zip on the bottom. It just zigzags folds on like that. So your base will go back in, and that means that when it's not used or when you're transporting it from one place to the other, you can fold it lovely and flat. Open it back out, really easy to do. Zip across on the diagonal, extra strength. Turn it back over, you get your little base, pop it in and in there. Now, what you might not have even seen before because of it being full is I'm trying to get the light on it. Catch the light. There are pockets on the inside. Well, they're more like tabs, aren't they, on the inside? So they don't have a base. But that is what's going to keep everything in place, just like Debbie's got with hers.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we could get our Charlotte to do a little quick overhead view so you can see just this kind of the space is
Yeah.
quite a spacious desktop, and it's a desktop tote. You've got absolutely everything in. Look how much I've got crammed in there, and I've got gems in there, I've got embossing powders, I've got ink pads, I've got sprays, I've got glues, I've got glossy highlights, I've got my tapes, I've got jewels, gems, I've got foam pads in there, my mini my mini plate, in there. I've got a ruler, I've got my spatulas, so those pockets that you were talking about, Corrine, I store in my bone folders. I've got my spatula, I've got all my scissors tucked away neatly in there so they don't flop around inside, so they stay inside that pocket. And then again, in terms of the outside, if we just go back to that front again, where you can see you've got your pockets where you can place your tape pens. I've chosen to put tape pens in there so I can just take them out and pop them back in really quick and easy and get hold of them when I'm crafting on the go. These sit on your desktops nice and neatly as well, but I do travel around with this, so I use it when I'm crafting on the go. It goes everywhere with me. It's nice and neat as well. It stores really nice and neat, and everything's in its place. So you've got the two pockets at the front, you've got the inside pocket where you can pop other things in that you may not necessarily want to be on show and just hide that away. But again, another couple of pockets on the side where I've got crammed with paint brushes, with ball tools, with sparkle pens, pencils, all sorts of different things in there. So it holds quite a lot of crafting essentials that you need when you're crafting on the go, and it keeps it nice and neat and tidy. So now I don't have to start looking around for where's my scissors, where's my poke tools. I know exactly where they are. I go to them each and every single time. I know exactly where everything is. And a nice sturdy bag that holds a lot of your goodies that you need for your essentials.
It does, without the footprint being too big.
Yeah.
Now, do you find with yours, though, Debbie, that you almost put your hand out to the right place in the bag because everything's been in that place for so long that you know that if it's at the side of you, you stretch out to there for your scissors, but you'll go that way if you want your tape pen. You do that. You don't even have to look. If you get these and you organise them properly and you have them at the side of you, then you actually can just grab what you want and put it back without even thinking, I know where the scissors are in mine. They're all together, so I can just reach out and grab the scissors that I want without almost looking. Now, we'll have another quick look at the Floral storage case. This is absolutely fantastic, and I think this one really does have so many uses outside of craft. It is a 4-pocket storage container, so you've got 3 with your clear plastic and 1 that zips off at the bottom. And again, the quality of the stitching is absolutely second to none. It's all reinforced. Your zips are sort of double stitched in there. You've got your pockets. Now, when you look in your pockets, if I just open up this pocket here, you will see it's wiped clean inside as well as wiped clean on the front, which is really key because whether it's crafty things or toiletries or anything like that, if you've got anything leaks or spills, then it's going to stay perfect. That is actually a lot of storage, but as we were saying earlier, using the same terminology, the footprint for this, you get silica gel free. And the footprint for this is absolutely tiny when it's all filled up. So if you imagine how much I could get in that when it's elongated to then put it down to there. So whether it's going straight into your car, whether it's hanging in your craft room, wherever, whether it's going in your suitcase, you're going to get so much in it.
You are indeed, and that's exactly it. For your crafting needs, you just simply open that up. And when it comes to hanging, you've got that lovely hanger that you've got on there. Again, the zip pocket, I've just taken mine off, but it's got everything at your hand, everything ready for you to grab hold of that you need in terms of where you're going to... It's just depending on what you want to store in there. So I've got in that one, I think I've got tape pens, I've got some embossing powders, paper pads, tape rolls, I've got red liner tape, all sorts of different things. I've even got, can I just show you? These are the kind of things that you can pop in because they're such deep pockets. I have got glue pens. I've even got all my finger daubers in there. I've got a MIDI folder and I've got glue. This is just in one pocket, Corrine. I've got glue, red liner tapes, more glue, my favourite 3D Clar glue. So there's a lot that you can store into those pockets. These are deep pockets, enabling you to cram as much or as little in terms of craft, anything you want in there. But think about these in terms of what else you could use them for, Maybe it's that toiletry bag, maybe it's that makeup bag. I mean, this would be a big makeup bag if you needed it to be. But again, there's just such a lot in there that you can get stored in. But it's the way that it all portably comes in and out, folds up. Literally, let's just pop that up there like that. And then again, just storing that all in, zipping it all up. A really nice, handy, sized, portable bag that's got zips galore from the inside to the outside with loads and loads of pockets, loads and loads of space. And again, that nice, neat, portable bag for on the go. And that gorgeous floral design. It is really a beautiful bag that you can use inside of craft and out.
I think the key for me is when Sarah and Leanne are working on the designs, is they don't put in nooks and crannies. The shapes of everything is so ergonomic that you're going to be able to maximise the storage space in there. You know, you've not got little corners that things are going to get stuck in, and you're going to get everything in there. So we've got a couple more comments. We've got Dale N said, I had no idea it could do all that collapsing. So that was with our desk tote. And Jill B says, I have 3 of the desktop totes. They fit perfectly on the IKEA Billy shelves. Yes, they will. They'll be in the right depth. So that's a really good call, Jill. Laurie says, I have loved this desktop organiser. I make cards and sell them at work and put the cards in this and get so many compliments. I use another at home for my desktop tools. Good idea. That is actually really good.
That's a really good
as
idea.
A selling unit, you know, you can put things to display in there. That is a really, really helpful idea, Laurie. Now, we've just had a request, so I'm just going to show you. This is the Stack and Stash storage box. So this is our lovely storage box, 9.5 by 13 inches. It's got the clip handles on the side, but what makes this so unique is it has all of these amazing dividers inside. Absolutely perfect for storing everything from craft to home elements and everything in between. Absolutely perfect storage box that you can then stack multiples on top of each other. There you go. They are. So somebody was asking just to have another quick look at that. Right, Debbie, is that your favourite bag? You've brought that onto the table.
Yeah, because it's the biggest of the totes that we do at Crafters Companion. And in terms of storage solutions, it offers so many. You've got all the portable pieces inside that you can actually make a really big inside tote with no dividers, or simply pop the dividers in, and they've got like the hook and loop that you just fasten them to them, which is really strong as well, can I just say. And I've put mine to the test over the years because, again, I've had all sorts in here. This is my new streamlined version, but again, you can see all of the things. And I wonder if I, Charlotte, just again, just that overhead, just have a quick peek of all the things that you can actually get in here. This is a really big storage solution in terms of pockets. And look at all the inside. So as you can see, I've got Gemini Junior plates in here. I've got a paper trimmer from our Violet Studio range. I've got a rocker block in there. And there's still quite a lot of space in there, Corrine, that I can pop a lot more in. I've got an extra set of plates. You can never have too many. I've got acetate in there. I've got my large plates. I've got embossing folders. I've got dies. I've got foam pads and foam on a roll. My Xyrons in there. I've got my Spectrum Raw blending solution. And actually, if you look further down, I know it's a little bit dark to see, but I've got embossing powders, glycerin in there. There's a lot of things that this actually holds, and that's only the inside pockets, because then you've got all of these multiple pockets surrounding the bag. Big, deep pockets there on either side. We've got 2 on this side, 2 on this side. You've got 3 on the front, and then also almost like a secret pocket, but you've got this pocket here as well. So again, loads and loads of space. And then let's not forget, going across the full depth of that bag, you've got this zip pocket compartment that is a big expandable one, so you can get quite a nice bit in there as well, whatever it is, whether it be foam pads, ink applicators. But it's, again, one of my favourite totes, just because of the size. It's a bigger tote, but that beautiful grey and purple design. But again, it's still portable, as despite as much as it's got in there, you can still pick that up with the reinforced handles and carry that around with you. So again, for me, a fabulous solution to all your crafty needs.
And I was just looking at that bag, Debbie. I bet you've had that a good couple of years now, haven't you?
I've had it since it got launched. And it has been around with me absolutely all over the country.
But it still looks brand new, doesn't it?
Yeah, because of the white down material. It's a nice, cleanable, white down material. And to be fair, yeah, I think it's doing pretty okay. I think it's doing all right.
I think it really is. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Well, that has come to the end of this show. It's whizzed past again. I hope you found that really useful. I hope it gave you some ideas on how you can be using your storage pieces that you have, or maybe it's giving you some sort of ideas for storage solutions you might want. We all know, we're all being asked at the moment, what do you want for Christmas? Maybe these are going to be at the top of your list. Who knows? Now, I am going to be back in the morning. Our Debbie is winging her way home this afternoon because she's been on Hobby Maker and everything, so I think she deserves a night in her own bed, or a couple of nights in her own bed. And I will be back here tomorrow, but I will be over where Debbie is stood, and our lovely Debbie Fisher will be here. She's already on her way up as we speak. Now, first thing in the morning, we've got our Colour Me Happy show, and we're going to be looking at our tri-blends, we're going to be looking at our aqua pens, and also the tricolours, because I could not do a show without the tricolours. And I'm also going to show you how you can use your sparkle pens with them as well. So I've actually got loads and loads to get into that show. That is at 11 a.m, 6 a.m. on East Coast, 3 a.m. Pacific time. But then at 2 p.m, 9 a.m. on the East Coast, we're going to be doing our craft along, and I have just posted the details of what we're going to be making using our creative Build-A-Bow, our festive Build-A-Bow die set. Absolutely gorgeous. We're going to make a card, and Debbie and I were describing it, the pizza box style box to go in, not a two-piece box, it's like the pizza box, so it's like a hinged box to put your card in there to protect all of those elements. So we're going to make those, we're going to use the lovely 'Tis the Season papers, but you're going to be able to use whatever papers you've got to hand. Then at the end of the day, we've got our full 2 hours Second Chance Sunday show. It'll be me and Debbie, and we're going to go over all of the things that you might have missed during the week, and it'll be your last chance on some of those amazing prices and special deals. So it'll be a last chance to get them before some of them disappear. So I hope you can see us, join us tomorrow, 11, 2 and 6 p.m, or whatever time it is wherever you are in the world. It's fantastic to have you with us. If we've whet your appetite on anything, then please go to our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, and have a look, and I'm sure all of the items that we've been talking about today will be on the website for you to have a look and see if you want those too, whether it's this show or whether it's either of our 2 previous shows as well. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for your comments. It wouldn't be the same without you joining in and keeping us company here on Saturday. So I'm off away back to the house. Debbie's going to drive home to her house, and I will be back in the morning bright and early. So please join us then, and until then, we'll see you. Bye.